So how many of you say or think, oh, if I just had more energy, then I could do the things that I really dream of, or I could be the person that I've always wanted to be, if I just had more energy. Well, what if I told you a secret? It's not more energy. It's the type of energy actually that you've got in your life that's really draining you, that's drawing you down and is really preventing you from having the life and being the person that you've always dreamt of being. So I'm going to talk about some types of energy that may sound technical, but I'm going to break it down in very layman's terms. Okay. So first and foremost, I have to give credit where credit is due. Bruce Schneiderman, who started the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching, has this fantastic energetic framework. And the basic categories that it's broken into are what we call anabolic energy and catabolic energy. I know it sounds like you're back in science class, but I'll break it down. Anabolic energy is really the type of energy that's growth-oriented, that's constructive, that's positive. Think of someone that you know, that when you meet them, maybe even before you meet them, you feel inspired, you feel energized, you just feel like you're in tune with your most authentic and best self. That's someone who is really living a very anabolic kind of life. All right, now let's go to the other side. It's not as much fun. Catabolic energy. And this is what most of the world actually has an incredible amount of. And catabolic energy is that very draining and destructive and just exhausting type of energy. And it could actually come in a couple of different flavors. It could be very victim-oriented, why is everything happening to me, to very conflict-oriented, someone who's very aggressive and defiant. But that type of energy really, really undermines your productivity, your fulfillment. It fosters an incredible amount of stress. And people don't really realize just a little bit of catabolic energy can totally disrupt who they are and their enjoyment in life. It's almost like a little bit of cayenne pepper in a recipe. Just a little bit can, if it's not meant to be there, can really kind of overpower it. Now, the good news is if a little bit of catabolic energy can really drain you and make you feel stressed and unfulfilled, if you work with someone who really knows how to help you release that and get at it, just releasing a little bit of catabolic energy in your life can make you almost immediately start feeling more fulfilled, more aligned, more joyful in your life and in your choices, and start making choices from a much more powerful and empowered place. So those are the two buckets. You've got anabolic energy, the really constructive, growth-oriented, positive energy, and you have catabolic energy. That's stuff that just is deadly. I mean, think about someone you know that is catabolic. Before you even get there, you're dreading it. So those are the two buckets. Within this energetic framework, there are also 7 different levels and how they manifest. The lowest level, which is catabolic, is that real victim orientation. Just everything is happening to them. And in fact, they almost get to a point of complete inaction because they're so overwhelmed by life. Many of us get there, if not all the time, certainly when we're triggered by stress. Now, the highest anabolic level is really someone who is living a totally non-judgmental, in absolute passion, and that's the other end. Now, the reality is none of us stay in any one of these 7 places all the time. It's like a musical instrument with the notes that go up and down and up and down. And interestingly enough, what we learn in the course and what I teach a lot of my clients is you try and even do this, it's not necessarily positive or negative. Even the lower levels of energy at times have some positive outcomes. The question is, if you're coming from a place of choice, you can make sure that you're choosing the type of energy that best serves the outcome that you're trying to get. So that's really the premise of a lot of this energetic framework. It's really starting to shift from going your subconscious driving you, it's your past experiences and your attitudes and your values just kind of are driving you. It's like a self-driving car. You don't even know where it's taking you. To all of a sudden starting to get tools and techniques that you can come from a place of conscious choice to make sure you're driving and empowered in the most productive and rewarding path for your life.